Hello everyone and welcome to the next lecture. In this one, we're going to be getting into arrays. When it comes to Java arrays, Java provides a data structure, which is the array, which stores a fixed size sequential collection of elements of the same type. An array is used to store a collection of data, but it is often more useful to think of an array as a collection of variables of the same type. Instead of going ahead and declaring individual variables, such as number 0, number 1, or even number 99, you declare one array variable, such as numbers, and use numbers 0, numbers 1, and numbers 99 in the square brackets to represent individual variables. To use an array in a program, you must declare a variable to reference the array, and you must specify the type of array the variable can reference. Here is the syntax for declaring an array variable. Note that the style data type array_ref_var is preferred. The style data type array_ref_var comes from the C or C++ language and was adopted in Java to accommodate C or C++ programmers. Now let's look at creating arrays. You can create an array by using the new operator with the following syntax. The above statement that we have here does two things. It creates an array using new data type, array size, and it assigns the reference of the newly created array to the variable array_ref_var. Declaring any array variable, creating an array, and assigning the reference of the array to the variable can be combined in one statement, as shown below. Alternatively, you can also create arrays as follows. The array elements are accessed through the index. Let's take a look at this example. The following statement declares an array variable, mylist, and creates an array of 10 elements of double type and assigns its reference to mylist. Here is an example of that code. The following picture represents array mylist. Here, mylist holds 10 double values, and the indices are from 0 to 9. Now let's dive into processing arrays. Here's an example. This is an example of showing how to create, initialize, and process arrays. When processing array elements, we often use either a for loop or a for each loop because all of the elements in an array are of the same type and the size of the array is always known. When it comes to this code in particular, this would produce the following result. Also, be sure to try it for yourself. Now we're going to look at passing arrays to methods. Just as you can pass primitive type values to methods, you can also pass arrays to methods. For example, the following method displays the element in an int array. You can invoke it by passing an array. For the example, the following statement invokes the printArray method to display 31264 and 2. Just as you can pass an array to a method, you can also return an array from a method. A method may also return an array through an example such as this. The method shown below returns an array that is the reversal of another array. Also feel free to try out this code as well. We also have multidimensional arrays. The arrays we used so far were made of a uniform series, where all members consisted of a simple list, like a column of names on a piece of paper. Also, all items fit in one list. This type of array is referred to as one-dimensional. In some cases, you may want to divide the list in delimited sections. For example, if you create a list of names, you may want part of the list to include family members, and another part of the list to include friends. Instead of creating a second list, you can add a second dimension to that list that you already have. In other words, you would create a list of a list, or one list inside of another list, although the list is still made of the items with common characteristics. A multi-dimensional array is a series of arrays so that each array contains its own subarrays. As we stated, a list within a list. To declare a multi-dimensional array, below is a general form of how to do this, or the syntax. Where type is valid data type in Java, and var name is a name of an array. Note that the two sets of brackets indicates that there are two dimensions for this array. In order to do so, it's important to allocate space for the elements. To allocate space for a multi-dimensional array element, you need to use the below general form, or the syntax, where var name is the name of the array and type is a valid Java type, and the dimensions are specified by size 1 and size 2 in the array. Here you can see in this example that the above statement will create a 2 times 3 element array of the integer values that can be accessed by using IARR. Here is an example of a multi-dimensional array. In this code, we have the declaration of allocating memory to the multi-dimensional array, the 2 and the 3, just like we see in our previous little example right here. Then we have the initializing elements, and we have the display array elements. This example shows how to declare initialize and display multi-dimensional arrays. Or, as you can see continued over here, you could use a for loop to display elements. That's it for this lecture. I'll see you guys in the next one.